Hello! So, what you just saw is a little invention I made used to store ghasts that come out of a portal, and we're going to be using this on the Mplexus server for a project we're working on. So basically, like I just said, it's used to collect ghasts that come out of this portal. Well, not this portal, you know, I mean, this is just a command block set up over here to spawn them over here, but you know, basically in our server they're going to be coming out of a portal, being collected into a minecart, and this machine is going to store them away. And I designed this, and I thought I'd make a tutorial on it because I kind of like the design. It's really simple to build, and I can see it being useful for a lot of cases. Everything that it takes to build this is currently in my inventory, except the redstone torch. That's for like directional errors with the rails, but I guess we'll get started now. So I'm going to be building two versions of this. The first version will be whether if your rails are heading the right way. So here, give me 1 second. So this is the default position. So if you're going to want to have your minecarts going that way, and in the default position this is turning that way, so like a setup like that, that's going to work for you. We're going to do it based on this one, and I'll show you how to fix it if you want it to go the other way after I show you how to build this. Okay, so first you're going to want to start with just a basic line. These things that come out here for the storage device are going to be once every 2 blocks. So just kind of guess how much you need. We can add more onto it if you like. You know, it's fully like expandable and all that. So once we do that, we're just going to take some blocks over here, and depending on what side, we're going to do this side because that's what's working currently for us. We're going to just dig out 4 blocks like that. Is that right? No, it's 3 blocks. And just every 2 slots, you're going to dig 3 blocks in right like that. Well, actually it's 4 if you count going under that. So come back when you're done. Okay, so after you're done with that, we're going to take some redstone and some repeaters, and we're going to place repeaters in the back of all these, and then we're going to place redstone dust here, like this. So now we're going to place some regular rails, some powered rails, and some levers down. So you're going to just make sure when your rails are coming at this, it's at a decent speed. So we'll just slap a rail down here. And then you're going to place a rail there, and then after each of these, there's like these slits here, there's going to be 1 powered rail. And so let me do a couple of those here just so you can see it. So yeah, fairly straightforward. And then you just actually, let's stay on this side and just slap some levers down there and turn them all on so these powered rails are powered. Next, we're going to take some blocks and cover up this gap. And now we're going to place rails along these for 2 blocks like this. And now we're going to take some not activator rails, I don't even know what these do. But now we're going to take some detector rails and place them like that. And now we're going to take some blocks. Any block is fine, obviously you don't have to use iron blocks, just to clear that up for anybody. And we're going to place that on the ends of these blocks to stop the rails when they come into this station. So now we're going to place redstone on each of these things where it branches out to those. And this is gonna update these rails just because that's how it works. And they're also going to connect to that repeater that's right down there, so that when a minecart steps on here, it's gonna power that redstone under there, and that redstone is gonna power this redstone, switching the direction of that. So let's give this first one a try. Let's put a minecart down here. And as you can see, that redstone powered up, switching the direction of that. So now when the next minecart goes over, it's just going to go straight over to that one. So let's just put a third one for demonstration. And this can head up, that was horribly said wrong. Okay, so this is set up for ghasts. That's why I have 2 spaces in between. You can make it 1 space in between, but then you can only use it for stuff like regular mobs. it needs to be 2 spaces for the Ghast, because with their big collision boxes, they'll just push each other away and kind of just move around over here. When you try to put them in one that's just with the rails here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to modify this system if you want your minecarts to be able to travel this way instead of going this way. Now, because these are default, even if I remove that lever, and these are default facing this way, so that the minecart will go into there, and then it'll turn that way. What? And it'll turn that way. That won't work if it's coming from this direction, because it's just going to go all the way from the start to the finish, like that, and it'll kind of glitch around and do some funny looking things. And let's get rid of these minecarts. So now say you want to have it go this way. So basically, it's a very similar thing. It's only a couple more blocks and a redstone torch. And no repeaters on this one, so that's a plus. So just basically build your line here. And we're going to dig out those same slits, just 2 blocks apart. And now we're just going to place redstone in here, no repeater, just all the way down. Now on this side, instead of placing redstone dust here, we're going to place a torch and a block on it. Now this will make it so that instead of, it just basically inverts the signal so that default the rail is going the right direction. So now you can just place your blocks over these slits. Gonna get your rails in here. I'm not gonna bother with the powered rails just for the sake of time. You know how to do those anyway. So as you can see now, they're facing the right direction default, as on this one they're facing that way. This one, well, you know what I mean. But anyway, basically now this will work if your minecarts are coming in from this direction. And I forgot the detector rails and all that. So as you can see, when this minecart goes where I want it to, and it gets on there, it's going to invert that thing thanks to the redstone torch going off, and the minecart will be ready to go to the next one. Okay, so here's a pro tip for dealing with the ghasts in survival and making them easier to deal with. So, if you didn't want them to shoot at you, you could of course like build a glass thing all around here, or you could place glowstone or glass, it doesn't really matter, the 3rd block up right there, so you just have one space to jump. And this is the ghast's head layer technically. So if you place blocks like that, because that's where his like technical head is, or his eyes or whatever, he can't see you. So wherever the ghasts are on this track now, I can go into survival and he wouldn't shoot me. So I'll demonstrate that in a moment. Okay, so I've placed some glowstone over it, and I'm letting the machine fill up, and once that's done, I'll go into survival mode and show you that the ghast can no longer shoot at me. Okay, so now that's filled up, I'm just gonna turn off this clock so the machine just doesn't like, yeah, when they build up, it's nothing really bad happens, it just starts doing this, which is okay. So now I'm gonna go into survival mode. And as you can see, they kind of start looking at me, but they're not shooting at me. So that's it for today. Make sure to like and subscribe, because there's some really cool content coming up. And also let me know in the comments section what you plan to do with this cool invention. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.